This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, hear what Hazleton's mayor has to say about a judge's decision that will cost the city over $1 million. Hello and welcome viewers on SSPTV and SSPTV.com to FYI. I'm Ken Kara and we always start with headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Last year around this time, Joe Madden had mixed feelings about being back in town for the Hazleton Integration Project's golf tournament. He was happy to help, but unhappy that his Tampa Bay Rays missed the playoffs. Madden won't be golfing this year. His Chicago Cubs shut out the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-0 in the National League wildcard game, so the Cubs move on to the National League Division Series against another division rival, the St. Louis Cardinals. In sports, we'll talk with Jason Gilley from the Facebook group Elite Cubs Fans about the big win last night. How will the city of Hazleton pay close to $1.4 million in legal fees to civil rights lawyers who fought the city's Illegal Immigration Relief Act and won? Today we asked Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi just that.
Well, we've been working on ways of trying to pay it back, and the big key right now is, and the most important thing of the decision was that we were mandated by the judge to negotiate terms. So we're going to meet with them and we're going to see what terms we could get. I am hoping that we can get 10 years. If we get 10 years, it's $140,000 a year, and then we would work on how do we get this $140,000. If they make it shorter, it could be more money. They can't get it in a lump sum, but we have several different ways that we could probably raise this. And we're going to look at them, and we don't know if we have them, but we'll make that decision after negotiations.
Paying this money back, does it cut services anywhere else?
Not if we're on terms, it wouldn't cut. I mean, naturally, whatever we settle for will mean less that we can spend in our daily operations of the city.
Because you were involved in council at the time, when all of this happened, any regrets, or are you satisfied with the way it turned out?
No regrets whatsoever. We felt at that time we had a very serious problem of illegal immigration and illegal immigrants coming into the city of Hazleton. This is the way we could stop them. It was a legal way. What the decision said is we could not enforce federal immigration law. That was what they said. Not that we were absolutely wrong or stupid or whatever you want to say that people are saying out there. We should never did it. Hindsight is always the best sight, you know. So, but no, we knew from the beginning felt from the beginning that we were going to win. We had a strong case. We had a great argument in court, and we thought we would come out, and he actually turned it down.
The mayor says they have a chance to appeal to the judge, but he doesn't believe they'd get any more out of it and would only end up spending more. A Hazleton man accused of the shooting death of Samuel Vacant is now headed to trial. District Judge Daniel O'Donnell bound all charges against 29-year-old Elazar Israel over to court following a 7-hour preliminary hearing yesterday. The 52-year-old Vacant was reported missing by his estranged wife, who state police say was romantically involved with Israel. Israel is accused of shooting Vacant in the back in Vacant's Drums home on August 31st. The body was found wrapped in a tent in the woods on September 6th. Well, coming up later on FYI in sports, that Cubs story, plus we have more details about a winter football camp coming to the Hazleton area being run by 2 former NFL players. And when we come back from this break, we take another walk down memory lane with Annie Vinatieri, the Greater Hazleton Historical Society, see what we can do in 2015 to help preserve the past.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're happy to have Annie Vinatieri back with us from the Hazleton Historical Society, getting ready for the second annual Hazleton Museum reception. It was a huge success last year, Annie, and talk about that a little bit. What did people say as they were leaving, or what were some comments you heard about it?
Well, we had a lot of positive feedback right at the, at and during the event, and then also afterwards. We received a lot of correspondence, emails, and things from people who'd come who said, it was just really reminiscent of kind of a bygone era where there had been more events like that downtown. Just a classy, laid-back, fun type of atmosphere. Low pressure, but still just really enjoyable and a lot to see and do there.
Speaking of that atmosphere, what is it like? We go more in depth there. Like, do I have to go there and talk about history the whole time? Will I hear a lot about history? What was it like?
No. There's really no major set program. You're not going to have to sit there and endure hours long of speakers and things like that. We basically just get up there, welcome everybody, thank our event sponsors, and we let the jazz band Round Midnight, a local group playing today, playing that night. And then we have silent film going. There's a variety of different local historical displays they can look at upstairs and downstairs. There will be paintings on loan from felons, from artist James Moran's works. So really a lot to see and do. They can mingle throughout while they're eating and drinking and talking to friends.
These are the Pines, right?
Yes.
And that building has history in and of its own.
Yeah, it's a wonderful building. Of course, it was the Markle Bank and Trust building. It used to have that big iconic sign on top that lit up at night, unfortunately gone now. But it's really wonderful how they've preserved the building over the years. They've done a nice job now, the Hayden Tower. Really, really beautiful setting. It was great last year. I think it'll be just as good this year, if not better.
So is this a fundraiser for you guys, and where does the money go, and what do you use it for?
It is. Right now, the funds go to several different things. It goes to being able to continue programming, especially free or drastically reduced programming for children in the community. We have some upcoming events that we'd like to offer free to families and children, but it'll also be going to a major project that we're working to kick off this fall and winter with new front doors for the museum. We have had major leaking issues and things like that over the years that we've had to combat. It was the old Pioneer Fire Company, so these things deteriorate over time. So we'd like to keep our collection in good shape. We got to get some new doors.
And it's much more than a museum. Before we close, you guys are doing some programs, I see, even with First Friday now and things like that.
Yes, we've tried to incorporate what we have in the museum and then really be able to work that in with some of the great things DHAP's been doing. We've had programs at the HIP Center, Joe Madden's HIP Center in the past, where we're able to offer free programs to children history enrichment classes. So there's really a wide reach of things we're able to do in the community. We love our community. We love our history. It's not just the city of Hazleton either. We have history from all around several of the local counties and communities. So this is really open to anyone. It's our main fundraiser. It's a great relaxed night, a lot of fun. Please RSVP, and the event will be on Sunday, October 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Pines.
We always appreciate your time, and just learn some more of Annie's family history. I think we're going to have you back on to talk about that. Think about her last name. We'll talk about that soon. Annie, thanks again.
Thank you.
Now at the Hazleton Museum reception, you'll have a chance to win a Jaffe bracelet from Sophie Jewelers. The food and beverages are being provided by D'Angelo Brothers Incorporated and the Pines, and the Sophia Cox Memorial and Education Foundation is also a sponsor.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Quickly enjoy these clouds, then we'll keep moving to the weather forecast. So little to do and so much time to do it in. Second Wonka reference this week. This is our weather forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. Increasing clouds with a low around 53 degrees. Extended forecast now. Friday showers are likely, then showers and a possible thunderstorm after 1 p.m. A high near 68 degrees. For our Football Friday, showers and thunderstorms likely before 11 p.m. Then isolated showers between 11 and 1 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a low of 44 degrees. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 58. At night, mostly clear, low of 40. And then on Sunday, sunny with a high near 61 degrees. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low of 42 degrees. For our Columbus Day, sunny will be in the mid-60s. And then on Monday night, 30% chance of showers. Our low will be 49 degrees.
Lots to do right here at Eagle Rock Resort for Fall Festival. It is open to the public. It is happening October 9th, 10th, and 11th. It's rain or shine. We're here with Kathy Mizowicz, who is the activities director. And it's a hefty task because there is so much going on for kids and adults of all ages. So thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so take it away. Tell us what's going on.
Okay. As we start on Saturday, we have our crafters that'll be in. They'll be in from 11 until 5 o'clock. We have all types of crafters that are in, homemade stuff, jewelry, food, different types of things for doggies, anything that you could think of, flowers, anything. We're still looking if anybody's interested. We still have some openings in here. That's just for Saturday. And then on Saturday for the kids, we have horseback riding. We have a hay ride going on. The theme is Charlie Brown's pumpkin patch. He's going to have some friends that'll be coming in to help you pick pumpkins.
Can we say who?
Yeah, something like Minions.
Yes, the Minions are going to be here.
Yes, they're going to be in here. You'll be able to take pictures with them. Then you'll also be able to get some time to decorate your pumpkins, all you little guys. We also have some carnival rides going on here. We'll have horseback riding for you if you want to try that out. We have a lot of good little things going on for you, little one.
And we have the ski lift.
Right. We definitely have the ski lift open for 2 days. It'll be open on Saturday, Sunday, and it'll be open from 11 to 6. Okay. You pay one minimal charge, and you can use it all day. You can go up and back and forth, and it's beautiful. The view is absolutely gorgeous. It just makes fall look beautiful. That's all up at Eagle Rock.
Yeah, and this is rain or shine. There are events happening in and out, but I will say that the artisans and the vendors, we always have a great turnout. Although you're still accepting applications, there's a wide array of vendors that are here. And think Christmas, think getting ideas and buy your stuff and get a head start on it.
Nice prices going on. Now on Sunday, we have a couple of little special things going on Sunday for our kids. It starts at 11. We'll be having a puppet show that'll be on, and we'll have 4 different times. They'll start at 12:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, and 3:30. And then we have one of your favorite things that these always enjoy, and that's our magical Rainbow the Clown.
Yes.
And Mimi the face painter.
So lots happening.
A lot is happening down at the lower base in the lodge right here for
Okay.
the kids. And again, they can still do horseback riding.
Lots going on. So
Yeah,
check it
lots.
out. Again, you can check out our Facebook page, Eagle Rock Resort, for more information. The team here has been working around the clock to make this an absolutely amazing event here. Fall Festival happening at Eagle Rock Resort, October 9th, 10th, and 11th. It is open to the public.
All right, thank you, Janine. Now here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 296, pick 3 160, pick 4 0778, and pick 5 20625. Your lottery numbers on FYI are brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency, and Boyer Insurance has 2 locations to serve you, one in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, the other one in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683. We have sports coming up right now on FYI. It's Law Talk.
We received a viewer question, and the viewer asks, who handles the estate if there is no will?
Very legitimate question. It happens quite frequently. A lot of people that we see, they be middle-aged or even kind of like myself, heading into the senior category, and they don't have a will. And of course, we can't predict when we're going to die, so it's not unlikely for someone to die without a will. Well, what happens if you have property and that property's in your name and you haven't set forth in a will who you want to get that property? What happens to that property? How is it, in the eyes of the law, administered? Well, it's administered under the Pennsylvania Fiduciary and Estate Code. It's called intestate. Intestate means that you don't have a will. And the code also provides that someone, a family member, spouse, brother, sister, cousin, someone has to be appointed by the court to transition that property to where it belongs once you pass away. And that can only be done by what we call a citation. And that citation has to be brought to the Register of Wills. The person seeking to administer the estate has to ask the Register of Wills to appoint them as the administrator of the estate. And they have to give notice of that meeting with the Register of Wills to other relatives, creditors, who may have a right under the fiduciary code to be administered and administer the estate. More often than not, it's a relative. More often than not, nobody objects. But that is a step that is necessary when there is no will designating an executor. If there's an executor named in a will, it's much easier. You take the will up, take the named executor, you get sworn in, and you start administering the estate from there. Without a will, you have to go through the citation process to have someone appointed. But effectively, once that's done, it's no different than having an executor in a will.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Get out your hip party hats. The Chicago Cubs' magical season continues. Joe Maddon's men have celebrated their wild card win, and they're now getting ready for their divisional series with the Cardinals that starts on Friday. Before we move on, we're going to hear from Jason Gilley, the co-founder of the Facebook group Elite Cubs Fans. He says the group had over 1,500 comments during the game chat online on Wednesday. Gilley will give us his perspective on the benches clearing after Cubs pitcher Jake Arrieta was hit by a pitch, and he'll talk about the Cubs rookie success in the game, including shortstop Addison Russell.
That event last night where Arrieta got hit and everyone got to show their support by sprinting out and just standing here as a group and toe-to-toe, face-to-face, man-to-man, and saying, you don't touch our player, and just to kind of release that emotion, I guarantee that's going to carry them through the playoffs, and that sort of team bonding that just happened that night. It hasn't happened like on that level all season. And you know, the pitcher did what he had to do. Arrieta knew it was probably coming, even though he didn't intentionally hit the players. But the pitcher did it right. He hit him in the butt. He didn't go high in the head and didn't try to take his arm out. But you know, I thought it was a great team bonding moment, and I think I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. There's something to be said of when you take an inexperienced player that has never been in the playoffs and put them in a playoff situation, and that's exactly what it was last night. The hype, the game, the nerves, and everything usually get to the players. The first thing that really surprised me last night, Cubs had no effect. It didn't. You could tell they weren't rattled. They weren't out of their game. They were still making great plays. They weren't overthrown, you know, with the adrenaline overthrowing first on simple routine plays. And one of the greatest example last night that really surprised me. There was runners on first and second. Addison Russell got a killer grounder. I mean, it ate him up. But in a rookie in that type of a situation typically would have just fluffed the ball. We would have lost some runs right there, and we would have lost momentum. However, he did an amazing play to just knock that ball down and keep all the runners on the bases, allowing his pitcher to then force a double play and get us out of the inning. So just to see Addison Russell perform in that high pressure situation, at the hardest position there is in the infield, I mean, that really surprised me last night. I was just pleasantly surprised.
The Cubs had a number of rookies playing in that game, including Kyle Schwarber, who hit a 2-run home run. I want to thank Jason Gilley for his insight, and we hope to talk to him more this October. Well, winter football camps are coming to the Hazleton area, and they'll be run by two guys with NFL experience, Lamont White and Aaron Beasley. White was with the Minnesota Vikings and also played in the Canadian Football League and Arena Football Leagues. And he currently is coaching high school football. Beasley was a standout at West Virginia University. He went on to play for Jacksonville, Atlanta, and the New York Jets in the NFL.
Well, me coaching at Edison High School in New Jersey, you see a lot of bad tackling. A lot of doing placements, and when you try to jam and stuff like that, wide receivers, a lot of bad route running. So a lot of stuff that they do wrong in the high school level, I think if you get it at an early age, I think it'll really be towards your advancement as you go older and do your sports career.
I feel like if a young guy can learn how to play defensive back at 8 years old, some of the techniques that I've learned and have been taught over the years, I feel like that muscle memory from 8 years old to 18, I'm sure he's going to get so much. He's going to be a lot better. And like I said, I'm just trying to upgrade the quality of talent and just help coaches, players, because I think as one, Pennsylvania is a great state, and I feel like Pennsylvania. I mean, you see some of the legendary players that come out of here. I just want to keep that tradition going.
We'll hear more from both guys on an upcoming episode of Out of Left Field. Now, sign up for the camps will start on January 1st, and Beasley plans on running some summer and spring leagues through the National Youth Football Organization here in the area. Right now, if you have questions, you can email Beasley or you can call the phone number that's up on your screen. Well, it's Thursday, and local sports fans, you know what that means. A cross-country stampede on the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Hazleton boys, they took 2 of 3 in a cluster meet, losing to Dallas. Franklin Cunningham paced the Cougars with a time of 17 minutes 26 seconds. MMI was swept at the boys meet. On the girls side, it was the same story for the Big HA, winning 2 but losing to Dallas. MMI fell to Dallas and Wyoming Seminary. To the Schuylkill League, Marion lost and Monoy area beat rivals Shenandoah Valley and Nativity. North Schuylkill, they got a victory. The Spartans and the Golden Bears are both undefeated in the Schuylkill League. The Lady Runnin' Raiders took 2 more wins on Tuesday and are still unbeaten in the league. Tamaqua, they're at the top of Division 1 in the Schuylkill League standings with Blue Mountain. Marion, they're also unbeaten in the Schuylkill League. They're on top of Division 2. Shenandoah Valley, they won 2 of 3 on Wednesday. Hazleton area, they swept Lake Lehman in girls volleyball. MMI, they lost to Nanticoke. And finally, the Hazleton area girls and boys water polo teams, they both beat Pottsville. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Angela Marquez. Love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, Christ Lutheran Church, located on Main Street in Cunningham, will be holding an Apple Festival Saturday, October 17th from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. We'll be having a Trash to Treasure sale, flea market with antiques, crafts, tricky trays, and of course, apple pies, dumplings, cakes, and more. For info, call 570-788-4219. And finally, Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church, located on the corner of Hemlock and Church Streets, will be holding their annual Fall Rummage Sale Saturday, October 10th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Wagner Hall. Breakfast and lunch will also be served. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Curtis H. Stecker, formerly of West Hazleton. Funeral services Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. in the Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham. Friends may call from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Cropton Hughes Funeral Home assisted the family. Alice W. Herman, formerly of McAdoo. Services were held in Vero Beach, Florida. Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel James A. Greaser of Hometown. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Zeiselman Roach Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. And Michael W. Madej of Moscow. Services will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Michael A. Tour of Hazleton. Michael, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Tomorrow's Football Friday feature takes us back to Harmon Geist Stadium, and we'll talk with a senior captain for the Hazleton area Cougars. That's it for today on FYI. Take it easy, everyone.